Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
Bags hit the road again. 2 mics, 1 dream, and a long time plan. From the bright lights flashing down in Old Sin City to a 2-drink minimum in the town so great. Plus non-stop on the interstate. Truck stop, coffee keeping us awake. Midwest roads, yeah, we know them well. From Des Moines to Chi, got stories to tell. Late nights, bright lights, open mic fights. Killing on stage, then it's back to the flight. From the cornfields to the Vegas Strip. Ain't no state where we don't fit. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside. Where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the neon glow to the small town dive. Comedy's the road that keeps us alive.
Yeah, comedy's the road that keeps us alive.
Boy, what up?
What's up? I like this background for you.
You like? Hey, I'm in my kitchen, and there's Luigi back
I
there.
know it, Luigi. I saw Luigi before we went on the air.
I got he thinks I'm a CEO. He's liable to put 2 in the back of my ear if I don't watch it.
When you moved your head the right way, I was like, oh shit, Willie, turn around. There's it's like the strangers.
I you know how I got him, don't you?
You should tell the audience this story because it's a really good story about frivolous spending.
Yes. Okay. So I've been going to Vegas now for like 40 some years. After me and my wife got married, she started coming with me all the time. So this is like 25 years ago or so. I'm out there doing a show, and we would go out every night. We would go out and gamble and drink and have fun. We were younger. So one night we went out and let me flash forward after this. One day I'm sitting in my living room and I look and a big truck pulls up and it stops. I'm going, what the fuck? And they pull out, looks like a giant coffin, giant box. And they bring it up and the guy says, we got a delivery for you. And I said, what? And he goes, and I open the box and it's Luigi, this waiter I got. So now let me flash backwards. We got drunk one night. I mean, really drunk. Ended up at the Flamingo. I walked into a gift shop, as I remember. The guy's in there. I see Luigi in the corner. I said, how much? He says, he's $4,000 plus shipping. And I said, I got $1,200 cash. Sold. So I bought him, and I completely forgot because it took like 6 weeks for him to get here. So anyway, that day they come and they unload the thing, and he comes out, and my wife is going, and she didn't even remember either. She goes, what is that? I said, so we named him Luigi, and he used to sit in the front door and scare people away, and I dress him up for the occasion. He has a Santa hat. He's in the summer. He's got, so he's always, so he holds my cigars now. That's what he does now. And he's back in.
Here's how much money. How much money did you make that week that you fucking forgot that you spent $1,200? It's one thing that you forgot, you bought something and forgot about it, but you forgot about spending $1,200.
Yeah, it was well. What the thing was, I made good money that week, but we got drunk and we were playing craps, and I don't know. I must have did well at the crap table that night. That I had $1,200 cash, and I walked in there and we just bought him. And then,
it's so fucking funny.
25 years later, he's still here. So yeah, Luigi.
Yeah, you know what? That's true. Like, how many things in your life did you spend $1,200 on that you don't have any clue where it is, what it is? Like,
yeah,
you
I
probably spent $1,200 on some fucking on like a night out somewhere at some point in your life.
In Vegas all the time. There's been times, and when I was younger and single, I always used to. I'm meticulous about my money. I keep it in, with the rubber band, with the broccoli band, and not put all my money and my jewelry on top of a table. But I can remember when I was younger, waking up and there's my jewelry, and all there is the fucking broccoli ban. And I'm like, where'd the money go? You know, then you have to go back in your head what you did. Yeah.
Yeah, like The Hangover.
Yeah, exactly.
I did that.
You ever bought?
I remember my ex-wife came with me on this gig, and I got fucking hammered, and I made, I don't know, like $500 or $600, and it was all, I sold a bunch of I used a bunch of cash, like a wad of cash, and by the time we were done, went back to the room and stuff, like there was no food anywhere or anything, and I just remember fucking being hungry, trying to eat, going down to the vending machines and buying a bunch of stupid shit out of the vending machine. In the morning, I couldn't find my money. So I was fucking beside myself. And of course, she's fucking pissed off because I got drunk, you know, and forgot everything and whatever else. And just look, I mean, I was paying. I went to the vending machine, see if I left the money on top of it or something. And then eventually I reach into I realized I had shorts on under my pants. And the money was in the pocket of my shorts.
I got to tell you a weird thing that happened to me about 3-4 months ago. Really fucking weird. And I'll make it as short as possible. We're in the process of remodeling 2 of our bedrooms upstairs to make one. I got a dressing room in one of the rooms, and Jenny's got another room. It's just a dressing room. And so we're in the process of taking Jenny's room all apart. There's a bunch of stuff in there, just a bunch of stuff that I have to take out. So while we're doing that, we go to San Diego a while back to see my 95-year-old sister. We have a good time there. And anyway, when we go to pack up to leave, I have a pinky ring. You've seen me wear it forever. Always. Yeah. My brother Johnny gave me that to me 25, 30 years ago. I mean, it's my good luck charm. I kiss it. I can't find the fucking pinky ring in San Diego. I'm panicking. I'm turning the house upside down, the hotel upside down. Can't find it. Come home. I'm distraught. Now I'm thinking shit. So a week later, I'm up there trying to clean this room so Jenny can have her dressing room. I get the room all cleaned out, nothing in it. I go in one last time because somebody's going to come in and paint it. And as I'm standing there looking, in the middle of the room, on the floor, right in the middle of the room, is the fucking ring. Now, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I packed it in a suitcase and then I put the suitcase in the room. And then when I picked up the suitcase, I don't know. But it was sitting in the middle of the room. I thought I lost it forever.
I do believe in spooks. I do believe in spooks. I do. I do believe in spooks.
Fucking weird, man.
Do you believe in spooks? Do you believe in that shit? Do you think that there's like...
I believe my family. I believe they're talking to me. I have weird shit all the time. I can tell when my mother's getting a hold of me because my mom had diabetes and she used to scratch her fingers all the time. They would itch and she would scratch them like that. And every once in a while, I'll do that. And I feel like it's my mom trying to get a hold of me.
Huh.
Yeah. You got any weird?
I don't know. I think it's all bullshit.
So are you that thing set till once you die, that's it, lights out, it's over with?
You know, it's weird because I've had so many different theories on all of it. Like, you know, the thought of there being nothing and the thought of there being something that created it all, both of those thoughts are insane if you think about it.
No, exactly.
You know, so it's hard for me to believe something didn't ultimately create everything. So I've always considered myself agnostic.
Yeah.
But as far as like what happens after death, I feel like if it were possible for people to like stay around, if people be watching us right now, I think it'd be impossible for them to be happy. Yeah,
exactly.
So like if like if heaven is if heaven's this place people go and they're up there watching down on you, they can't possibly be happy up there.
Yeah.
If everything they love's down here. Now, you know, of course they're reunited, right? With whoever. Maybe that's good enough. I don't know. So like, I find it hard to believe that that's happening.
Mm-hmm. I can believe
maybe.
I can believe your soul goes someplace and ends up someplace else.
Yeah, or like, I think reincarnation's more likely than like heaven and hell.
I do too.
Because I think that it's more likely that energy just kind of sticks around.
Yeah, because
like,
you can put logic into like heaven. Like, I mean, the fact that so I'm gonna get up there and I'm gonna know my great grandfather who died when he was 22. Is he still 22? Yeah. Doesn't fucking make sense.
Like, I remember my dad saying one time, like, he thought that you go up and you forget about when you go to heaven, you forget about everything that's on earth, and you instantly have this know everybody that's there, right?
Yeah.
And then when the next person dies, you instantly know who they are.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm like, that's like, I used to think that everybody's life was like a 2-hour movie to people in heaven. So like, someone in heaven can go watch the movie of someone that died before you can go watch the movie of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of that movie, you're there with them and you guys are watching another person's movie.
Did you ever see the movie Albert Brooks is Defending Your Life?
I did. That was a great movie, I thought.
Fantastic movie. Oh, here comes
my question is when people die and you go up there, like my brother died when he was 3.
Yeah.
And I've always thought how great it would be to go and meet him. But then I think, is he 3 years old? Because if so, that
forever,
sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want a 3-year-old tagging along all the time. So what fun is that going to be?
What if he's like the fucking baby from Roger Rabbit? Like he's he looks 3, but he's 200 years old, so he's fucking got the cigar waiting for you. Hey, Chrissy, let's have
bossing
a drink.
Me around.
Yeah.
Bossing me around as my big brother.
I got the Auntie Dodie clause, and the Auntie Dodie clause is this: my Aunt Doris, we call her Auntie Dodie. She was my godmother. She was married to my Uncle Johnny for like 20 years. He got cancer, died. She got married again to my Uncle Dale, who she loved as much as Uncle Johnny lived for him 20 some years, and he died. Then when she died, she goes up to heaven. Well, there's Dale and there's John. What's going on? Who's Auntie Dodie with? How does that work?
Yeah, because she was widowed twice.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's not really the kind of threesome you want if you're a guy.
No. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe your two uncles all of a sudden start fighting in heaven, and then what happens? Does one of them get cast out for violent acts?
I think so. Yeah.
Was it both of their only marriages? Your uncles?
What's that?
Was it your two uncles? Was it both of their only marriages?
Yeah. It was my Uncle Johnny. He died. He was pretty young when he was married to Auntie Dodie. He was like 1951, so I think he was like 30 something. And then Dale was married. Yeah, then Dale married her. Yeah, so he wasn't married to anybody else either.
Huh.
So
yeah, that's a curious.
Yeah, they're fighting. Then they're fighting over.
Yeah, so the loser goes
like
to
a polygamy house where she's just got to go to different bedrooms every.
The loser goes to hell, or does the loser go to purgatory?
When I was a kid, purgatory was a big thing. We also called it limbo.
Yeah.
So
that's a big thing in the Catholic religion, isn't it? Purgatory, is that a thing they talk about?
Big thing. I think they're phasing that out, like they phase out a lot of other stuff.
They're phasing that out.
Yeah.
See,
that's like that didn't turn into anything anymore. But
this is why all this stuff's full of shit to me. That's why. That's exactly like, oh, they're phasing that. Oh, are you losing customers?
Exactly.
It's fucking bullshit. So, okay. So then the other thing, I think it's possible that your like energy stick around, but as far as like, so therefore, maybe someone, do we have reactions like energy type reactions with other people in our lives, right? Do we have some like people that we love? Do we have some kind of cosmic connection to those people. Like literal like electrons and neutrons type shit, right? That somehow dances together, right? And so then after you lose those people, is their end still a little bit active because it's latched onto your energy, right?
What do they call it? Your soulmate. Yeah.
Yeah, or well, but I mean, I'm talking all kinds of different people though. Like you have to have more than one person that's died that you feel like's watching over you, so to speak, or whatever, right? Like maybe that's kind of what that is. You know, people still sense, because like I remember when I first got divorced this last time, there were times where I swear I could hear my ex-wife. Like
really?
Like I'd be like nodding off, you know, dozing off in the chair watching TV, and I'd hear her laugh. And like wake up and look over, like
wow.
It was bizarre. So and that person didn't even die.
Yeah, no.
So I wonder, but then maybe it kind of goes away over time too. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's just relationships are too complicated on Earth that I can't understand how they'd ever work in heaven if everybody's involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now you have to worry about your wife. Now you have to worry about someone from 3,000 years ago. I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
She really likes Og. Fucking Og came over here. Guy's got it fucking hung like a saber-toothed tiger.
But tug invent wheel. Tug.
All you ever did was sit around and write jokes. This guy was fucking making fire for the first time. Exactly. You useless piece of shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
And look how muscular he is, and it's just from being alive.
He's fighting a saber-toothed tiger every fucking day. That'll get you jacked up. Shit.
Look at him, he's hung like a woolly mammoth.
Is that a horn, or are you just glad to see me?
Do you think? Yeah. Give me some of that tusk, baby.
That's right.
Do you think they would? Wait. Do you think they did like back then? Because where do you think happened in society where people wanted to have less hair?
Well, you know, like you hear all kinds of stuff about like back in the day how things changed. Like less hair made you more attractive. Obviously, I think, you know, if you look like a werewolf, then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, you know, I'd look better with you know what?
When he trims it down,
yeah, Og's nipples. Yeah,
Og gain an inch when shaved.
That's right. That's right. I got your landing strip now.
Yeah. Yeah, because they couldn't have ever, but like, there's no way. Like, do you think cavemen were like, oh man, I'm gonna have to, I need to trim up? Like, you think the cavemen ran into like a cave woman and was like, you know, a little much?
You mean the bush? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about like back in the old days, like in the Roman days, like the ones that were like David and them, they had short Johnsons. That wasn't back then. The more intelligent men had smaller penises, and then I don't know. All of a sudden, when it got to where the penises, all of a sudden, the bigger ones were the better ones. You know what I mean? Look at the statue of David. I mean, probably
the first time one of these chicks actually had an orgasm.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it was all fine. It was all fine until one of them actually had an orgasm. They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This ain't so good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather have a dumb Og that's hung like a woolly mammoth.
Dumb Og the woolly mammoth. Band name. I'm always looking for new band names if I ever get a band. You ever do that? You ever collect names in case you ever get a band?
Oh,
mine would be Grandma's Underpants. That would be the name of
my buddy Mario DiGiorgio makes T-shirts, and one of his things is fake bands.
Yeah,
he has a whole series of fake band T-shirts, and you can like collect them all. And they all have a fake tour printed on the back of them, and all the tour dates they're all the exact same for every band.
Yeah. See, that's funny because me and my daughter, we always laugh because we always come up. And I remember when she was a little kid, I asked her one time about their softball team that she was on at the time. And I remember all she said to me was, well, after Lucy, we're screwed. Because Lucy was like the fourth best player. So I always a great name for a band. After Lucy, we're screwed.
I wore one of his t-shirts on our show 3 weeks ago.
What was the band?
It was the Long Walks.
And
it was the Wander and Meander tour, I think was what it was.
We got to get Og. What was it?
Og's woolly man. Okay, so damn it, you said something during that conversation though that had me thinking. No, I can't think. During that caveman shit. It's gone. It's fucking gone. I'm trying to think of what we were talking about. Like, when did they decide? Okay, now I remember. So the hair thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did we instinctually just start covering up our dicks and tits and vaginas?
You know what? I don't know. I mean,
when did we decide those were the things we had to cover?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that doesn't make maybe they covered them because they are the most sensitive. Maybe Og got tired of catching nuts on branch or something.
Catching nuts on branch.
Og hurt the bag again. Og put the woolly man with the skin on.
How many things do you think happened on accident that just became cool?
Yeah.
Like,
well, the first guy that invented fire, how fucked up you think? How many actual fingers you think he had left?
Yeah, like the guys that knew how to make fire were like the rich guys.
Yeah.
So if they had like burnt up hands and blisters all over them, that's what was attractive to the ladies.
Yeah, because they knew he was the fire guy. That's
like,
right.
Oh shit, this dude be hot all the time.
I was always hoping. I wish prehistoric. If I had to go back in prehistoric time, I wish it was just like the Flintstones. I could live in Flintstones time.
With all the modern things, but done by a bird or something.
And what they always say, it's not much, but it's 11.
Like what dude? You pull on the tail feather. Wow. Sprays the ditches.
That Barney Rubble, what an actor.
Okay, I found your answer. At what point in history did humans start covering their sexual organs?
Oh.
It's thought that the rise of the agricultural society about 10,000 years ago brought about the idea of modesty or covering the sexual organs. Before agricultural society was established, men and women lived in small groups and were nomadic. The men and women could reproduce freely and there were no relationship boundaries. When societies began to develop around farms, individual farms arose. It was no longer a collective effort to survive, and women began to seek out individual men to live with. This led to the idea of fidelity, and women began to wear clothing to indicate that they were not sexually available.
Farmers.
So that's why they wore clothes?
Yes.
That was like an engagement ring.
Correct. Yeah, they were spoken for. Yeah, now if you're walking around all hanging out, you were free to party.
Until I found a suitor.
He said, "This is not for you, Og. This for Goog."
I'm going to live over here with Mr. McGillicuddy.
That's right.
Mr. McGillicuddy knows how to grow corn.
Rutabagas.
Og, you need to go back to the cave. Mr. McGillicuddy covers his genitals.
Were they cavemen 10,000 years ago? Is that what they were? They were still cavemen, right? Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking about, though. The first thing that popped in my head when he said they started covering their genitals when there was when they started having farming communities. Like what happened? Like The beanstalk went right up his ass. He tried to cover it.
I'll cut nutmeg on rutabaga.
Yeah, there's something. Somebody gets impaled by some kind of stick or something, and then cover up the hole, they stick like a fucking bone in there, and then all of a sudden piercing your nose with a bone was cool.
Yeah. Like, how does it go? Is it prehistoric? How do they go? The paleo something or in the
Paleolithic?
Yeah. How does it go caveman wise? What's the order?
Cro-Magnon. Let me think.
Then it goes Shaq.
Neanderthal. There's Neanderthal. Did you say Shaq? Do you remember there was on that roast, one of the roasts, I can't remember. I just remember Jeff Ross saying fucking Shaq's favorite rappers are 2 Chainz because that's how he arrived in this country or something. I don't know. There's Neanderthal, Cro-Magnon.
Yeah.
Paleo. I don't know. The Paleolithic. I feel like that is more dinosaur related than it is people.
Cro-Magnon, I think, is like the last before. I think.
I don't know.
Magnum's
are you Googling this, Chris?
I got it. Okay. Technological periods, I think, is what we're talking about.
Okay.
Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, and then ancient history, which is the Bronze Age and the Iron Age, and then the late Middle Ages, which was Renaissance, early modern history, and then modern history is industrial age. So
he's mixing the you're mixing the technology eras, but what Willie's getting at though is the man.
You ever seen the chart, the evolution of man?
Yeah, you have Cro-Magnon man.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. All right.
Man, I think
evolution of man. All right, here we go.
That are 3 or 4 to the left of the end of that chart. You know what I mean? It's like
gotcha. All right, here we go.
They're barely on 2 feet. You know what I mean? It's like
well, that's not what these are either. But
Jesus,
from ape time and
did you say ape time?
Yeah,
we came from apes. So what do you think? How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it's rather obvious that we're super close when you fucking the ape exhibit at the Omaha Zoo is my favorite fucking thing in the world.
You know what's funny? I went there not too long ago, and I didn't have a hat on, and the silverbacks were looking at me like, "How in the fuck did you get out?" I mean, they were like, they literally were looking at me like, "You got to get back in here."
Dude, I watched him do a medical exam.
Yeah, they took it back where they show them how they.
Yeah, did you see that too?
Yeah, because you did the show for Henry Dorley Zoo, right? Where
I actually haven't done the show for the zoo, but I got the guy's number because he said, like, he told Bush, I think, to tell other comics to give him a call. So I did.
Yes, exactly.
Did you go see that too then when they did the medical?
I've done it twice. Yeah, unbelievable. They brought us. You got to feed the crocodiles backstage, and
yeah.
You've seen the picture of me in with the penguins.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Would they take you back there, and it shows you how they give them like a treat, and then they'll raise their hand and they'll do some stuff, so they'll give them a shot. Yeah. And then when you get that close to those apes, and you watch them like fucking around with each other, and you see the power, it's insane.
Well, they weigh 600 fucking pounds, and it's all muscle.
I know. I saw them in a back room, like with a tire, and they were jumping in the tire and hitting each other and shit. And it was just, it's like being in the front row of an NFL game.
I was just amazed at how, like they get heart disease like we do. Like that's their number one killer or whatever, basically like humans. And they're giving them this heart exam, and they have like they're reading. They got like a chip in them.
Yeah.
and it sends all the results to like somewhere in Minnesota, and they're like constantly monitoring their hearts and all that. It's fucking crazy.
Gorillas and chimps, they live like 40, 50. I mean, they can get up there in age, can't they?
I think so. Yeah, I think they get to. I'm not 100%, but I think apes can.
I'm sure we've talked about this where I saw this tortoise that they had there named Fred that was like 98 years old, just on a corner. And I'm thinking to myself that, yeah, if there's a God, he's not fucking paying attention. I mean, I can't imagine them coming up to him and say, hey, God, we got animals. Well, how old? Well, make the tortoise 100 and, make a chimp 50. And, hey, what about man's best friend?
Yeah, dogs, yeah.
5 to 10. I mean,
I think it has to do, if you think about it, I think the things that live the longest are the things that move the slowest.
I think you're right. Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It just goes by like the speed at which they move around.
Chris,
like how much energy they expel,
There are some things on this earth, and they're in the sea mostly, that actually live forever. There's and I don't know what, some kind of amoeba or something that they look like, because I was looking up one time the lifespans of certain things, and there's some kind of thing in the water that can literally live for infinity.
Well, there's no way to know that if it outlives everybody.
Yeah. But I mean, but there's like fish that live to be 200-300 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
Like big ones.
I think some fairly big fish. Yeah, they didn't get to be pretty old.
Huh.
Yeah. You know what? This getting old though. I turned 69 Saturday, and this getting old sucks. I mean, it's not good. It's not. I mean, it's really not. Every day, it's just something fucking else. It really is.
So you don't look at it like a blessing?
No, I know. Fuck no. Everybody says, "Oh yeah, thank God you one day." I don't know. I mean, every day I wake up and there's like a little pain here, a little pain there, and then you always go right to the fucking deepest, darkest place. That's cancer. Everything's cancer on me.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, do you just the older you? I mean, are you just in constant?
Everything hurts all the time. I mean, a little bit, not a lot, but just enough to annoy you. You know what I mean?
But like, are you in constant fear of that? Like, honestly, like, are you just, is your mortality like at the front of your mind all the time?
It has been lately because I've been losing a lot of friends lately. I mean,
yeah.
Friends, I mean, and they're all, mid 60s. Well, I mean, like I said, all these comics that died, they were all my age. Bob Saget, Donald, Louis Anderson. They're all, they're all in their 60s, late 60s. I mean, it's just, but the weird thing is, it's just not right. I mean, think about how much you love playing baseball. Wouldn't you love to be able to go do that again? Just get out there and fucking play third base. Right. It's just.
I actually said that to one of my friends not too long ago. I was like, when was the last time you ran as fast as you could?
I would not attempt that. Exactly. You're right. Just I could stand outside. Somebody said, just run as fast as you can.
Yeah, like you're fucking 6. Look how fast I can run. What?
You know what's weird, Billy? My 2 older brothers, my brother John, brother Tommy, I have never seen them run in my entire life. I don't know if they even know how to run. I mean, so weird.
That was one of the only times that Everybody Loves Raymond ever made me laugh. Which I got to be careful what I say about that show, because if I ever get a chance to be on Brad Garrett's, whoever can, I got a few connections. I could possibly get booked at Brad Garrett's, and if you found out I hated that show, I wonder if he would talk about, like, I wonder if he would get a kick out of it if I would just told him my whole thing about.
He's pretty cool. I've never met him personally, but from all the comics that I know, great guy.
If the subject ever came, I wonder if you get a kick out of my whole theory of those fucking my wife shows, like that whole just group of fucking.
Did you ever watch
wife
Bang Theory, or do you think that sucked too?
We'll get to that, but the one thing that made me laugh, one time, and it was Peter O'Toole, right? Is that his name?
Yeah,
the dad.
Peter
Boyle.
Yeah, Peter Boyle.
Yeah, Peter Boyle. Yeah, Yes. And he was the lawyer in Where the Buffalo Roam.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a scene, I think they were talking about his brother, Brad Garrett's character.
Yeah. Robert.
And he said something like, "Oh, I always knew he was gay," or something. Like he was saying he was gay. And Raymond was like, "Well, how would you know that?" And he was like, "He runs funny." I fucking lost it. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, Big Bang Theory.
No,
I've seen.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Only reason what?
Scene where Sheldon, and there's this other guy Kripke that he doesn't like, and they're both nerds, and whatever they are, scientists. They get into an argument, and by solving it, they were going to play basketball against each other, and it is. For the physical comedy, it's one of the funniest things. It's like Jerry Lewis funny, where their body just moves in a way that where you just you fucking like when did you ever see Jerry Lewis as a boxer and he got in the ring and he was trying to fight?
I think I remember those kind of clips. Yeah.
I mean, just a physical comedy but they're trying to play basketball and it's hilarious. I mean, it's just one of the funniest things.
I bet that is funny.
Yeah.
I hate it.
You know what's coming to town? And I thought about this to tell you. They're coming out with the Senior Olympics are coming here in town, and you can get in them. And they got softball and they got basketball. My problem is I don't want to play with the 65s. I've got to wait a year because I want to go with the 70s so I can be the youngest one. Because gotcha. I'm 69. I don't want to play with no 65-year-old fucking youngster and fucking break my ankles.
Well, you got to think if they're competing on that. To that extent, they're probably in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
Like they're probably trained.
Down and play softball, not baseball, because that throw, I mean, yeah, I was not too long ago, I was on a baseball field. Where was I? I was out at the old Sec Taylor, and I was standing over by third base, and I could barely see first base, let alone think I could throw a ball.
Yeah, I couldn't I don't think I could make any throw accurately. That's for sure. Like at some point, your muscle memory just goes. Like we were shooting baskets this past summer at my dad's house. I can't hit the broadside of a barn. Like
I should be able to just stand. I could walk into a gym and hit 8 out of 10 free throws. And right now, I'm not even close.
Yeah, and then you got like Tom Izzo still fucking shoots like 100 free throws a day or some shit.
Yeah, I used to be able to dribble really good. I had a good handle between the legs, man. It's gone.
Actually, I can still handle the ball a little bit. I can still fucking dribble it, but
I mean, like right now, somebody said to you this summer, "Hey, you want to be on a softball team? Would you go do it?"
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I like my right shoulder. I don't know what. Like I did something golfing or something. I don't know if my rotator. I don't know what it is, but it hurts all up in here.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do anything about it until like I was done golfing for the year, and then now here we are about to start golfing again, and it still hurts. So
golfing? Will you try to power through it?
I don't know. I mean, I probably because I mean, it's not. I don't know. I guess it's not to the point where I can't stand it, but it is annoying.
I know at any given time something could just fucking snap and kill me at this point. I mean, I like even like my daughter will go next door to the basketball court. She said, "Come on over," and I'm like, "Nope." Yeah, one crossover. There goes ACL. There goes the fucking Achilles. Something. I'm not.
Well, and that's what I noticed. I think with age, a lot of it's the flexibility.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no.
You have to like probably really work on your flexibility all the time if you want to keep any like elasticity or whatever.
I have none of that.
Like I'll play golf with my dad,
and
he's 69 too, and he probably his full swing might be 3/4 like. And I still, I'm still bringing the club all the way up.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's cool.
That's why the old guys always hit it straighter, because they don't fucking swing near as hard.
Yeah, it's a drive 79 yards, but it's right in the
middle. But it's straight.
Yeah, exactly.
But by the time you get up there, you're both pretty much on the same score.
Exactly.
But I finally beat him this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd never beat him before, and I finally beat him once.
Well, yeah, that's pretty good for him to get all the way to 69. Because shit, my daughter started kicking my ass in softball about 10 years ago.
Well, I never golfed with much frequency though, until the last couple years. There was a time I got halfway decent when I could for free for a little bit, but
you think you play a lot this year?
Yeah, I'll play a lot for sure. I'll play at least once a week.
I'll come out with you. I'll just ride in the cart.
Yeah, it's cigars and booze. I mean, you should love the golf course.
I got that down. That's a piece of cake.
Wait, you said on here one time why you never golfed.
My cousin took me out because he was my best friend. And
that's right. Yeah, kept yelling at you.
He ridiculed it. Like I told you, the best swing I had was when I tried to hit him with the 3-wood. I mean,
yeah, that's right.
Ridiculed me and then once I thought a couple times I wanted, but then I realized that to be good at that game, I mean, it's a fucking full-time job, because I can't go out there once a week and shoot 100 every time. I don't think I'd enjoy that.
You'd be surprised if you let go of expectations.
Yeah.
It's the only sport it's the only thing I've ever sucked at in my life that was still fun.
Now, do you play with the same guys?
Most of the time, yeah, at least one or two of the same guys.
All my old cousins and all my old friends, I don't like them enough to go around and hang around with them once a week. You know what I mean? I'm that guy now. I don't want to. I mean, I wouldn't mind my wife. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I still belong to Echo. I mean, if she ever wanted to do one of those, you know how they do the couple thing at night.
Where you belong to Echo, but you don't golf.
Yeah, I belong to Echo for the last 50 years. And
like you got a scholarship?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My buddies, I'm kind of grandfathered into there.
Grandfathered in, yeah. You got you're the made man membership.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, fuck, why am I never golfing on your scholarship then?
What do you call it? I used to do a lot of shows for him. Hey, you've done some shows for me out there.
Oh yeah, I did. Ronnie had me do a couple things.
Yeah.
I remember doing stuff with you. He even had me by myself a couple times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They used to do the Pines thing or whatever. That was like a real comedy show.
Oh yeah. That was a fun night. But once Ronnie left, I quit doing them. So.
Yeah, and then I remember seeing. There was a couple of different times I had a couple of different moments doing those shows. There was one where, my ex-wife's uncle was in the audience, and I was talking shit about her on stage, and I was like, "Oh shit!" There's, and then another time, all of a sudden, there's my dentist.
Yeah,
but he was like my dentist when I was a kid, and he quit. He wouldn't see me anymore because my parents didn't pay him. And then, when I was like in my early 20s, I needed to go to the dentist, and he was the only dentist I ever knew. So I made an appointment and went, and he said, "Hey, you know," and I didn't know any of this shit. I didn't think it had anything to do with me, you know. And then something I remember I got the bill, and I hadn't I had just lost my job or quit my job like right by the time I got the bill, so I never paid it. And I remember being up there talking and seeing him. It was like, I was like, look, that's Dr. Campbell. I haven't talked to him. I was like, I haven't talked. Yeah. I was like, I haven't talked to him since I got a bill.
Yeah, because he was over by because that's Ronnie's.
He's still there. He's right up. He's 2 blocks away from me.
I think he retired though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the Dowling Hall of Fame the same time my daughter did.
He what?
His daughter went into the Dowling Hall of Fame.
How did she? What was she an athlete?
Yeah, a sprinter.
Huh?
Could fly. Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, because he belonged to Echo. Yeah, that's right. That's too funny.
Well, it's fun in a roundabout way. He's kind of the reason I'm an A's fan because when I was a kid, he sent me to the orthodontist that I went to get braces that my parents stopped paying for and ended up jacking my teeth up worse.
Every one of your stories ends with a unpaid bill.
It's either an unpaid bill or deviant sexual behavior. One of those two things. No, I got braces. I had an overbite, right? And so at first they just put braces on my front 4 teeth. I had a gap in my 2 front teeth.
Yeah.
So I just had braces on my front 4 teeth, and I had to I was supposed to wear the headgear to straighten out my overbite and then get the rest. Well, I hated where I never fucking wore it. So that never straightened out. And so I never got the rest of the braces.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then my parents didn't pay the bill or whatever. And now my teeth overlap because they were on there for too long.
You got the white man overbite.
And so now my 2 front teeth overlap a little bit. Yeah, I'm dancing. And so, anyway, but before all that, so when I first went, Dr. Campbell was a Cardinals fan.
Uh-huh.
You're a kid and it's like, oh, baseball. I was a baseball player. It was always talking baseball when I was in there. And he said I was going to see this orthodontist, and he was like, yeah, he's an Oakland A's fan. He's like, can you believe that? So then that was around the same time as Canseco and McGuire. So then I was like, I decided, well, maybe if I'm an A's fan, he'll be like easy on me, like he'll be extra.
Maybe let my parents skip the bill.
Yeah, maybe he'll give me my braces for free because I already know my parents aren't going to pay for it. So yeah, that's how.
Teeth are all right. I mean, you have like that kind of face where you don't see your teeth anyway.
Well, my dad, this is one of the things, like, I feel bad. I probably shouldn't do this. Almost like dirty laundry. I love my parents. There's nothing wrong with my parents. All right. It's just they were the working poor, like it's just, at least the lights were on, like I ate, but you just don't know how hard it was for them till you get older.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyway, my dad, he paid his part. He was supposed to pay half, and he had paid his half.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, it was just like, man, they basically just talked him into getting me in there and getting them taken off.
Yeah,
because it was like they're doing you more harm than good at this point.
How old were you at the time?
When I got him off, I was a sophomore in high school, I think, maybe junior. And I got him. I think I got him in 8th grade.
So were you like called half a brace face, or what they call you?
Well, that was the thing. There's the front 4 teeth, so I might as well had them all. Nobody could tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember my dad going, "Man, it's not like you got teeth hanging out of your head. Fucking, there's nothing wrong." I can just tell my dad. My dad was just like, I gotta tell him, I gotta talk him into thinking this is all right. This is gonna fucking kill me financially. You can just see him fucking the wheels turning like, all right, this is doing you more harm than good, kid. Ain't like you got buck teeth, you're fine.
Yeah. You can still chew, that's all that counts.
Yeah.
The old caveman like Gog.
Yeah, Gog would have just fucking knocked his own teeth out.
Exactly. You know what's funny is my teeth, I've always had nice, real straight teeth and everything, and I take good care of them. But see, you get to be I'm almost 70, and these fuckers they're just dull. They're just lifeless. I have just
lifeless teeth.
They're just they look
floating around
fucking jewelry or something. They just I keep on thinking I want to get them bleached. It's like I can remember my mom always saying to me, man, when you get old, take care of your teeth, take care of it. And I do. I try to take them, but they just don't. I try not to fucking smile anymore. And
man, at this point, outside of my front teeth, I don't think I have a tooth in my head that doesn't have at least a cavity in it.
Well, I thought maybe you have them at all.
Yeah, I just got my front 8.
Like a ventriloquist now.
Yeah, you eat everything like this. Now I have horrible genetics. Like I have always had my dental hygiene's always been fine, but everything's jacked. I got to get that periodontal cleaning and shit.
Yeah.
But what's funny is I got to get this fixed again. I got to see that little chip.
Yeah.
So that's from fucking Jimmy Schubert.
What would he do?
It was the old club.
Mm-hmm.
When everything was just that one level.
Yeah.
The old Funny Bone.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd ever seen this bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he had this bit that he did about these conjoined twins. It was a show.
Yeah.
Have you seen this bit?
Yeah.
He's like, he's got a midget growing out of her head. And he's like, he goes, the midget wants to be a country singer. Nobody had the fucking heart.
Yeah.
Tell her.
No one had the fucking heart.
Okay. Most country singers, he's like, what did he say? Like Dolly Parton, Shania Twain, Leanne Rimes. No midget. It's
funny.
He's like, so what do you do? She puts on a big 5-gallon hat.
Yeah.
Stuff the midget in there and she gets up. He's like,
oh, that's a funny bit.
Maybe I didn't love you quite as much as I should have. But you were always on my mind.
That's funny.
So how'd you crying? I'm crying while he's doing the whole bit.
Yeah.
And then he goes, so then what does she fucking date? At some point he's gonna want to date. Like you go on a date with her, so you gotta get the midget something too. Like you're just sitting there like, so you want to be a country singer, all right. Damn midget, here's some cheese sticks. So then things are going all right. You go home and you're making love to her, things are going well. You're just like, oh yeah. All right, midget.
Yeah.
And when he reached his fingers out, like, all right, I doubled over laughing and I hit my mouth on the back of a chair.
Oh, you were laughing.
My tooth.
Black guy at fucking Def Comedy Jam. Weren't you?
Oh, I was, dude. Oh, yeah. It was back when I was so excited. I was so
back when you watched the other acts, you mean?
Yeah, back when I would watch the other acts. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, it sucks too because when it transitions to where you're watching guys because you have to instead of you want to.
Yeah, exactly. When you're
I'll usually watch if I'm headlining, I'll watch the opener because I don't want to repeat. Like something happens in the room,
Right.
I don't want to repeat some shit they said and look like an idiot, or whatever.
Right.
So,
you do
you got to watch them and
you
say
go
what?
A little bit, then you leave, and then you come back by the end just to see if they're doing something different. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
That's what I come when you're at the Funny Bone. I'll come watch you. I'll come watch you at the start, see how you open the show. Then I'll go drink about 18 drinks, and then I'll come back and watch how you close the show. And you do the same thing to me. So that's
pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's well, especially now because we've seen each other a million times. It's not like
You know what I wanted to do when the weather gets nicer? They got like a they do that Beechwood thing on Tuesdays. I was thinking one of these nights, me and you would just go down there. By the time we get down there, but they go on all night, don't they? I mean, they go from like 8 till 11.
I have no idea. That's what I was gonna say. We do this every Tuesday, so
yeah. Well, I mean, we could go there afterward, catch whatever late, and just go out and have a cocktail or two.
Yeah, I do want to.
That is if Willie goes to your house, and then you guys can go together.
I'm going to his house. Where's my Brick? Is Brick laying on the floor?
I think he's upstairs. He was down here. What was I gonna say? Oh, so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to announce this. I just received the contract today. I am recording a special on November 15th in Colorado Springs.
Very nice.
Yeah. You've heard of the open bar specials, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing an open bar special via half hour. It's kind of the antithesis of the dry bar specials. Everybody's doing the dry bar.
Those are good. I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to, yeah.
Very the dry bar specials are all squeaky clean, and the open bar specials are just no holds barred.
Well, yeah, it's you doing your act. Is what.
It's me doing my act. I don't have to change anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's gonna happen. So I need to decide what I'm gonna do for that 30 minutes, and just kind of go to town on it from now until.
And where are you doing that in Colorado Springs?
Yeah.
Cool. In November.
Yep. November 15th is the recording date. I mean, I'll be there the whole, 14th, 15th, 16th or whatever.
Are you up the whole week?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, so no, what happened was I called Eric, the owner of Looney's in Colorado Springs, and I was like, hey, I need to get out there. It's been, since before COVID.
Yeah.
That I used to I used to headline Looney's every year, or pretty close to it anyway. And so I called him, and he was like, he goes, yeah, dude. He was like, I don't know what, I haven't tried that, either.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah. And then he goes, would you have any interest in doing a special? And I'm like, well, I've got plans to do this other thing. And I go, but I got to raise a bunch of money, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, well, we got a contract with Open Bar now. So we're one of the clubs. They're shooting a special a month.
They did put the film together with everything. You just show up and do your act.
Yeah. It's
sure.
Yeah. I just, I get paid for the week.
Yeah.
Open Bar pays a little bit for the recording. And then it's a 50-50 split after they recover costs on anything that comes in.
Very cool.
So yeah, it'll be fun. So that's I guess that's a major announcement. And but I want to do kind of a fresh 30. I don't really want to do anything I've done my whole career.
So you're gonna start hitting the open mics and hitting the bone, and
we'll see what happens. I'm gonna take some more take some more of those gigs I've been saying no to.
Yeah.
Just, for the stage time. It's, it's not to those gigs I haven't been taking because I don't need them to make ends meet and they suck.
Well, tell Leisha, I usually do the Bone this summer. So when I do it, you come on with me. We'll just do a 2-man show.
And she's already, we've already talked about Christmas, but that'll be after.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely if you're doing something this summer.
We should do a little behind the scenes like footage stuff with that too. When you guys do that, like film you guys behind the scenes and
when we're together at the club. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. I was about to say, you're gonna send a cameraman to Colorado Springs?
No, not Colorado. No. It's great news though, Billy. Proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. Exciting. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm excited to do it, man. We've talked about it before. I haven't done shit all this time. 25 plus years. I haven't recorded an album. I haven't done anything. And a lot of it's just laziness, probably.
The great thing though, you're as funny now as you were 25 years ago. So that's a good thing about it.
Yeah. Thank God.
Funnier because of all the stuff you've been through.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% a stronger comic, and I guess a lot of those guys, those guys that were always like recording stuff, and I mean, shit, like my buddy Mike Merrifield, he's got like 9-10 albums, and it's all, it's all fresh every time. I don't know how you can be that fucking
club all the time. Merrifield does.
Yeah, he's fucking great. But, you see I think in a lot of ways over the course of my career, I've been scared to work too hard.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
no, I understand completely.
Like, all these guys that have multiple Letterman appearances and they still live in a fucking studio apartment and don't have any money.
Yeah. You know what? I think, I don't know. I mean, as far as I was concerned, my problem was the comedy never was the number one thing for me. I mean, I enjoyed it, but there was always something else that meant more, and I think that's what's been my problem. But you worked a lot at one time, and I think you might have a little burnout at one time.
I think probably. I am. I have been burnt out.
You were a major road dog for quite a few years.
Oh yeah,
really road dog.
And it just got, it got to where once COVID and the divorce came, it just got to where like it's like, man, I don't want to drive 5 or 6 hours for a few $100. Like,
I tell you, Billy, I talked to
can't do that shit anymore.
Well, and he makes pretty good money because he does the corporates, but he told me he puts 100,000 miles on his car a year.
Yeah.
He literally is. I couldn't. Jesus, I gotta have somebody drive me to fucking Omaha. That's yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. There was a time when I really enjoyed that time.
Yeah,
I enjoyed being in the car by myself, listening to whatever podcasts, and I would listen. I would get that. That would be like how I got a lot of my information and how I learned things. Yeah. Was those times in the car with nothing to do but listen.
Right.
But that was also when I didn't get alone time.
Yeah.
I had a family at home, and
do you like doing the club? See, with me, I've gotten to where I don't care. I love the Vegas club because that's like a home to me. But to go out and just go say work a Funny Bone for a week or an improv for a week and have to deal with 2 other comics and have to that doesn't.
See that that's the part I love.
See,
I love the clubs.
No, I don't anymore. I'm just yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just always, that was the environment for me. The club's that's where I thrive. That's where I like to be. Like that's where the best comics are, like that's where you, it's just the best shows. You have security, you have fucking just it's all set up.
And you have competition to where it does push you. I mean, if you're in a club, if you're around, that's why I do well in Vegas, is because there's always guest sets every night. There's always good comics coming in. There's always, so it makes you stretch your comedy muscles. It makes you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and then sometimes I don't want to do that. I mean, sometimes I like the corporate stuff where I'm the only show. I want to be the only pretty girl in the room. But
there's Vegas is there's a lot of crowd work in Vegas, right? I feel like a lot of those local comics feel like you're just supposed to do crowd work.
Yeah, you know, it's insane how much crowd. I mean, there's comics that actually put out albums called crowd work.
Yeah, so with you do so much crowd work.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get a bunch of people in front of you doing fucking crowd work when you're out there?
Yeah, but I just do it better.
I mean, that's the thing. You're the best.
The guys at the club, though, actually know what I do, so they kind of steer the comics away from that. Kind of like, okay, we know what Willie does, so you know, your material. And in Vegas, the shows are so short. It's like, you know, your MC is doing 10, and the middle act's doing maybe 15 to 20. So, you know, even if they want to do crowd work, they can't do that much.
You gotta fucking take me. You know, I won't do any fucking crowd work.
You know what? I used to all the time before you were around. I would take those guys and
and they fucked it up.
Well, yeah, but they don't do it anymore because there's so many comics that live in fucking Vegas.
Right.
They only bring one guy from out of town
because they don't have to pay for anybody else to do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's territorial out there.
Oh.
The locals, I know, they get a little cunty.
Yeah, I mean, you're at that point. You want to go out to this club and do a guest set? You're beyond the guest set. You don't need to do that. I would never ask you to do a guest set.
No, I want them to fucking pay me.
Exactly. Exactly.
I ain't going for free.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Atlantic City?
What happened is the guy that was the booking guy, he gave it up to another booker, and then a new booker didn't know who the fuck I was, so then he started picking all his friends. So that's what happened. Then you're out of the loop.
That's the business.
Yeah, that's the business. Yeah.
What's up, Chris?
All right, we're gonna get a break here, and then we'll come back with our questions of the night. So,
do any of them have anything to do with the cock size of a woolly mammoth?
They do not. No, I did not. I just happened to not.
I'm just glad we didn't step on your feet. I was worried.
I know. I would have been upset if you guys would have stolen my thunder on that deal. So, all right, let's get a word from our sponsors from the AKC Andrew Downs Marketing Studio.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa-born, Iowa-aged, Iowa-bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com.
In 2023, a crack Green Beret named Dan Douglas retired his military command and promptly escaped to a full-time career in real estate. Today, this man is wanted by home buyers and sellers who want to survive the process without spending a fortune. If you have a home to sell or want to buy one, maybe you can hire Dan Douglas at Green Beret Realty. You can find him at greenberetrealty.com. greenberetrealty.com.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
All right.
Kyle looks like one of those guys that's had a beard since he was 11.
I know.
And like
Impressive.
Tyler's son.
Yeah. Mike Tyler. Yeah, totally. That fucking kid. His name's Ryder, right?
Oh yeah, Billy. That thing you sent me of those little kids that look like the Sopranos.
Is that a fucking riot?
Oh my god! How do they do that?
I don't know.
I'm out of the joke. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
There's this a buddy of mine had this video where they did like the intro for the Sopranos, but it was like babies.
But I mean, they look like faces, but you can still.
Yeah,
see
it was definitely VR influenced.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
I saw one with Friends too. They had one with Friends, and all the little kids. They looked just like the Friends. It was weird. Yeah.
Well, like today, I made a chat GPT. I made a VR or a VI
AI.
an AI picture of John Cena mixed with the Grim Reaper. I posted it and
Send Chris Sopranos out. That's cool.
yeah, I posted it and said, "This is going to be how John Cena shows up to his next Make-A-Wish."
I ask you a question. How do those people watch that wrestling shit and get into it? It's just weird. I mean,
Okay, I'll defend it. To me, it's no different than watching a movie. It's a plot. You've got good guys and bad guys. It's no different than watching a television show or a movie. It just happens to be with athletic.
What it is.
That's what it is.
It's what it is it's Chris is correct, but to make it more specific, you know how you watch women watch Hallmark Christmas movies and Lifetime movies, and everybody
Willie
knows
does.
how
Willie watches that.
yeah and half of the reason you watch them is because they're so bad, because like you watch them in a kind of satirical
plot.
way.
You know what the plot's going to be before the plot even shows up.
Yeah, and you watch it. It entertains you because the acting's bad and the stories are fucking ridiculous, right? So wrestling is like the male version of a Hallmark. It's not like a movie like Chris says. It's more like a Hallmark movie, but for dudes.
Okay, here's the only thing I don't like about it. When he kicked him in the nuts, okay, that was kind of cool, and even the throwing him around is kind of cool. But then when they always get him down and they do like the 1,000 punches in the head that don't come close, you know, it's like you're not hitting him. I mean, just keep throwing.
Well,
him around.
now we'll back up here for a second, because that Travis Scott guy that was in there with him,
The rapper,
when they had him pinned down and he hit Cody Rhodes in the head, broke his eardrum.
Well,
Because
then
that dude did not realize that he should not go full bore. And I mean, if you look at that video, he hits him so bad that Cody Rhodes visibly winces and turns his head away.
I didn't see the Travis Scott one. I just saw got him down and started driving at his head, and he wasn't even messing his hair up. You know, he just kept.
Well,
I remember one time. I remember when I took the boys to when we were in the front row. There was one part. At one point, one of them looks at me and goes, "He didn't even hit him."
I'll show you the punch, because he legit hits him here pretty bad. I mean, he legit
slapped
hits him pretty hard.
Dude, he fucking cupped his ear. That's why he broke his eardrum.
Watch.
The palm of his hand cupped his ear.
Don't bring a rapper to do a phony wrestler's job, is what I say.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, I just noticed Willie put the star of the show on it.
I changed it.
It's been out there the entire
I know.
time.
Last
it was
week,
Lucky
what was it
Luciano,
last
wasn't
week?
it? It was Lucky Luciano, wasn't it?
Lucky Luciano, yeah.
Yeah. All
but
right.
yeah, so that's what I think. I mean, I don't watch it now. I don't know what's going on. I never watch it. I'll talk to my son every once in a while. My brother watches it a little bit.
I watch the pay-per-views and I'll watch it with the boys every once in a while, but I watched it a lot, late 90s, early 2000s when it was Stone Cold and it was the Attitude Era. So to see some of those guys still kind of pop up every once in a while is still kind of nostalgic for me and stuff like that. But I don't know. So
I haven't watched it since me and my brother were fucking the wrestling buddies.
All right, it's time to move on. All right.
It kind of broke the fourth wall for me.
So as you guys know, I read a lot of Reddit. And I ran across this Reddit stream, and I thought there's a lot of interesting little tidbits in here about Des Moines and a historical reference and a historical story in Des Moines. And I just kept thinking, I'll bet Willie has not some info, but just like I'll bet he has some things that he's heard in the grapevine or whatever else. So, Bill, for full disclosure, how old were you in 1983?
Me?
Yeah.
5.
Okay. So you probably don't have memory of it happening. You know about the story, but you probably don't have a lot of memory of it.
Well, a Shasta Cola cost a nickel, and
so
jump in the covered wagon and head up there to Wynn Supermarket.
All right, I'm going to read part of this, and then we'll get your reaction. So this gentleman says, last night after sending my last Reddit post, I saw the name Raul Answer and started reading the other Reddit posts about this person. While reading up on Raul Answer, I noticed that he was suspected of being involved in the killings of Lillian Randolph on Mother's Day in 1965 and Diane Schofield, who was found on July 10th, 1975. Both women were found dead inside their car trunks with 12 to 13 stab wounds near the airport. Raul Answer was also suspected to be the driver of the van that took Eugene Martin. I started to Google and do more research to find out more about Raul Answer when a Google search name came up with a Facebook post from a group called Remembering the Joker's Lounge. Search for Raul. This person is asking people, anyone remember a Mexican named Raul Answer? Notorious Des Moines gangster, used to come here a lot and get in many fights. So yesterday he wrote his Reddit post eliminating suspects, and I just couldn't see any truth in Paul. I couldn't see any truth in a Paul Bonacici story that he was in that car that also abducted Johnny Gosch. And well, let's now start connecting some dots. The Joker's Lounge was owned by Pete Bonacici, Paul's uncle. The Joker's Lounge was located on Euclid Avenue from 1978 to 1983 and on West Broadway in Council Bluffs. The Council Bluffs location did burn down by an arsonist, but was rebuilt. When you keep reading the post in the group, you'll come along a post regarding Paul. Have you heard about Pete's nephew's testimony regarding the Johnny Gosch case? I've been investigating this case for 10 years and have been looking to help a lot of provide closure for Johnny's family. There's a lot of info in there, and I just thought that there was a ton of things in there that you might be aware of some of those people or some of those places.
Well, I used to go to Joker's. I didn't go to Joker's that much because that was like over on Euclid. So we used to go to a place called Uncle Sam's, and then
go to the fucking dirty north side
bar downtown in the Kirkwood called Blue Max. So we actually go there. But I've been to Joker's a couple times. I knew a lot of Raul's back in the day, but I don't think I knew that one. I knew Johnny Gosch's mom. I used to talk to her every once in a while. She used to work at and but I remember those stories. But I mean, I just remember Joker's just wasn't a place for us to hang out. It wasn't. There was a lot of shady fucking people over there. So yeah, I remember
Who Took Johnny?
Yeah, they took Johnny, and then right after that, poor Eugene, he came in second, which kind of sucks because no one ever remembers who comes in second. You guys?
Well, and he was also a poor kid from the South Side,
right? Paper Boys, yeah.
He was a poor kid from the South Side that didn't get the press.
No, the notoriety, yeah. Well, his parents, his family didn't make the stink that Johnny Gosch's mom did. I mean,
Yep.
I was gonna say I don't think he got any that growing up for me. Johnny Gosch and Eugene Martin went hand in hand.
Yeah,
that's when you heard about one, you heard about the other. It was.
I mean, it happened.
You knew more about. You heard Johnny Gosh more often, and you knew more about it. But it was for me. It was always the two of them kind of went together. But there was that. Didn't you see that documentary? That Who Took Johnny documentary
on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
It was fucking amazing. It was great.
Yeah.
Very well done.
What are they saying? I mean, his mom always thought that he got into child porn and then became an actual porn guy.
Yes, there's a there's like a place in Colorado that they found where they apparently kept a bunch of kids in the basement or like crawl space or something underneath this place, and there's like carvings in the walls.
And I think they talked about in that documentary that there was a third kid in Des Moines, but the police never believed it because they believed he was a runaway.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, and then there was connections to a bank in Omaha.
Yes.
And like there's some like pseudo, like a politician type guy or some guy that like ran one of these banks in Omaha, and his name keeps coming up in all the kiddie porn rings.
Yep.
Are all those things closed, all those cases, or are they still open for
No, they're still open.
Huh.
And I believe Johnny's mom believes that he came and saw her years later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some weird
that poor lady, man.
I know.
She was made out to be a fucking loon. Like,
yeah, but walking her for a minute and tell me
100%.
Right.
No shit.
All right. Go ahead.
Also really
that's right.
Fucking hall, Chris. What else do we got?
All right. General question. Think about this answer. If your life were a book, what would this current chapter be titled?
Beginning of the end. No, that's sad.
Revelations.
Boy, I thought the Johnny Gosh talk was really going to bring the pod down.
Yeah, no, I would be. Does this look like cancer?
Wow. Yeah, I guess for me it would be third quarter. Into the third quarter.
Into the third quarter.
Mine's sudden death overtime.
Actually, I think I would call it the seventh inning stretch.
That fits more your. Yeah.
I think that's a good spot.
With a courtesy runner on second. That's what mine.
Yeah, the extra innings, the California rules.
That's right.
Mine would probably be called Friday, because somebody once told me that if you condensed your entire life to the 7 days of the week, where would you be? And I'm like, well, shit, that's fucking depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably sitting on Friday afternoon at this point.
It depends on when you start the week. If you're, because you're supposed to start it on Sunday.
You're on Friday. I'm on the second Monday.
I start Monday. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's what most people start the week Monday. They don't.
Yep.
Sunday's considered a weekend day for most people, but I think technically that's supposed to be the beginning of the week, right?
Well, some calendars are like that. Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't like that idea. That's an even worse idea.
Yeah, Saturday is always the last one on the calendar.
Oh well, then that I need to resend my answer.
Sunday's always on the left.
I like Fridays better than Saturdays, because Saturdays I feel like I'm in the middle of. I always like the beginning of things. So to me, Fridays are like the beginning of the weekend, and that's when you're more excited because
there's potential.
Yeah, it's like we talked about the months. I mean, I like May. I mean, it's not quite summer yet, but that's the whole thing. It's the thought of summer. You're at the start of it. I like the start of things.
I always hated Sundays growing up because I had to go to school Monday. Sunday fucking sucked. Didn't feel
Sunday
like Sunday
scaries. The Sunday scaries are real.
I haven't done my homework yet.
I used to not do my homework just to prove a point that I didn't have to.
I just see Billy laying up in his bed just with a butter knife trying to pry his braces off while he fucks that.
I remember making myself laugh because, like, like the teacher would give some assignment and everybody be like, ooh, somebody'd always be like, I ain't doing it. fuck that, I ain't doing it. And I just start laughing like, oh, well, you'll show her when you get an F. You'll fucking show her, won't you? But anyway, what was the next thing you had, Chris?
All right, last one. This is from the Ask Men Advice Reddit stream. Do I suck as a wife? I've been married to my husband for 17 years. I'm the primary breadwinner and always have been. I've never liked cooking or traditional roles. My husband has always cooked and does the laundry. I don't like that type of work as it gives me anxiety, so I supplement my deficits with frequent sex. He never really complains, but I wonder if this is a tactic that is acceptable to men. Sometimes I just elicit a sexual favor knowing that I don't want to do the laundry. It's kind of like a distraction because his love language is physical touch. When he is sexually satisfied, he doesn't seem to care about the workload. Do I suck as a wife? Is this manipulative?
Well, no, sucks as a wife. As we think about it, I mean,
I think I don't think she sucks as a wife because, like she said, that's his love language.
Yeah, you know what? Bottom line is, happy here? Is everybody spent? Then I think we're okay. We're always.
And if she's the breadwinner, why wouldn't he cook and clean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know?
Agreed.
As far as I'm concerned.
I mean, it sounds like he's coming out ahead to me. I mean, most guys in that situation. The only
replies
issue,
are hysterical.
The only issue, though, is like it's manipulative if it's at the expense of things. You know, like if they can't really afford a new couch, but she wants a new couch, so she sucks his dick and gets a new couch, and now he's in debt.
Sounds like me. She's buying the couch too. She's
buying the couch anyways.
I think all you know what boxes are fucking checked here. I think everybody's getting everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're good.
She just needs that attitude.
The replies.
Yes, sir.
You're the main breadwinner and you put out frequently? ? Marriage goals. Somebody said, my friend wants to know if you have a sister.
Oh, shit.
Who'd want a wife like that? Oh, the 4 billion men in the world proceed to form an orderly queue in line.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See. Yeah, where do I sign up to be a stay-at-home dad who gets frequent sex? Raise my hand right now.
Yeah. I mean, laundry, I like to cook. I hate cleaning up, though.
The weird thing is I like doing all that stuff. I like cooking. I like cleaning up. I love the iron shit. I mean, that's insane.
I like, I don't like to clean up. I like cooking. As far as laundry goes, I just don't mind doing laundry, but I'm not going to do it until I have to. Like, people that do laundry every day don't make any fucking sense to me at all. Like, why do you have...
Wife. Well, that is my wife.
Why do you have multiples of everything if you're going to wash it every day?
That's me though. I'm OCD. I do that shit every day. I mean, I'm crazy. If you could see the way
fucking two of you in that house, Willie. So what's a load of laundry? 2 outfits?
Pair of socks.
Do you guys do multiple wardrobe changes throughout the day?
Costume changes during the day. I'm like Cher during the day. I have different costume changes.
Like for me, like jeans, I don't wash jeans like frequently.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah,
that's not jeans frequently. No.
So I mean, none of that shit.
In my room,
we'd run into. Go ahead.
I just have nothing dirty in my room. I mean, right now in the kitchen, my wife's not here, but I washed every dish. Everything's put away. It's like I what do you call it? I swept the floor. I did the bono on the floor. I'm weird like that. I do my hotel room. If you go to my hotel room, you wouldn't think anybody's staying in the hotel. The maid comes in, doesn't know what the fuck to do. Just walks around, looks around, leaves.
And you still tip her.
I'm just weird like that. That's my OCD. That's my thing. I just like and, you know, like little things. I'm that guy. Like if you walk into a room and like let's say there's a book on the table it's got to be at a certain angle. Like if you came in and kind of moved the book over a little bit to where it wasn't
It
perpendicular.
wasn't aesthetically pleasing to you.
I'm the guy that has to move it back. It's
Like
weird.
fucking Mark Summers.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Mark Summers was the host of Double Dare on Nickelodeon.
You know, now I know exactly who that is.
Did you know he had severe OCD? Yeah, there was I just remember them doing a story about it, like, and like, you know, like the rugs with the fringe on the sides.
Yeah.
He's like sitting there fucking.
Yeah. Well, see, I love it, but I try to contain it. I mean, I try to but like if you get in my car's like always ridiculous. It's always nice. It's everything's put away. I mean, it's just a weird thing I do.
Man,
but if it gets fucked up, I'll keep it to myself. I'll hold it in. Like if you got in my car and you ate a sandwich and dropped something on the floor, I'd be like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. And then when you got out of the car, I'd fucking drive as fast as I could to it.
No wonder he hasn't been here in 4 weeks. Probably
right?
My house probably induces
anxiety. It's right. He goes home and he instantly cleans his own house because he can't stand to look at your basement.
I love the Briggs in that basement, and I love Briggs. So,
yeah, he just fucking cares about my dog.
I do. I love his dog.
All right, that's all I got, boys.
Right on. Yeah, what we didn't talk about fucking this fucking White House meeting.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! The Zelensky meeting.
Oh
yeah.
You know, I honest to God, I mean, that's embarrassing. I mean, when he started bringing up, it's going to be World War III, and then Vance says something, and that little Rubio looks like he's trying to fucking hide in the couch covers.
They weren't even like. You watched that? Did you see the sketch they did on Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, yeah.
Where they parodied that meeting?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly how it went.
I know. I mean,
like out of nowhere, they said this shit.
He's trying to call everybody's bluff, and let's just say he's trying to call everybody's bluffs on the tariffs. He's trying to call everybody's bluffs with the Zelensky. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he pulls all this shit in, or if he just blows this fucking country up. It's one or the other.
I just want to know what it's gonna take for these fucking MAGA douches to be embarrassed or like.
I think after a few months of everything, the prices on everything going sky high, and farmers can't sell their soybeans and their corn, and I think after a while, I think people are going to finally go, hey, when you turning this fucking bus around?
It's gonna be the farmers, I feel like, because those guys, the farmers.
Yeah.
You know,
have you seen this
farmer? I would venture to say that most farmers voted for him.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this little clip that somebody put out?
No.
Oh, Christine, this is a lovely house.
It's Christina's. Are you stupid or are you deaf?
Christina, you idiot! You come to our house, you get my wife's name right.
What?
Christina.
Christine,
It's literally what happened.
Yeah.
I just don't.
My thing was this: I didn't vote for him. I think he's a complete asshole. I don't like him. I didn't vote for him. But my thing was, okay, he's the president. I hope he does good things. I hope I eat my words. But on the other, if he's not, then he's got to go. Then he's exactly what you know. What he's exactly who we thought he was. Who's the coach?
100%.
Who's the coach that said they're exactly who we thought
Dennis
they were?
Green.
Yes, that's it. So
the Bears are who we thought they were.
And say, what do you think of Donald Trump? He's exactly who we thought he was.
Yeah, it lends more and more. It lends itself more and more to being like the way people keep doubling down.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, at this point, you voted for him because he's an asshole.
And you know what? And they had that.
Like, that's why you did. That's why you voted for him, because
And then
because he's an asshole.
They tried to dump everything on everybody else. This Ludlow, this guy was talking on Fox. He was saying, well, as you can see, the economy's, the end of Biden's economy is tanking. They're trying to blame what's going on the end of Biden's. It's like, no. When he left, things were here. They're down here now. It's not a continuation of what Biden's doing. It's everything what he's doing. But they're going to hold on to him, and let's just see. I mean, I don't know. How long do you give him, Chris? Do you give him a month? Do you give him 2 months?
I mean, he's like a cockroach. I'd be shocked if he didn't last the 4 years.
Well, everybody was saying.
I never thought that he would be reelected.
Oh no!
So,
no.
I mean, at
I don't
this
see
point,
how you
nothing
guys
surprises me.
when you saw what was going on with Joe Biden towards the end of his presidency. I don't see how you didn't know he was going to win.
Well, correct. Like I'm saying, when he announced his
once he got beat,
right? Once he got right, I was like, no way. But yeah, to my point, I was upset when Biden decided to run for re-election. He had ran on he was going to be a transitional president. Exactly. He was going to run for 4 years and be done. And then he, just like every other politician in the world, got greedy and likes the power and there's people behind him that were pushing him and making him do that, because I don't necessarily think that he was making all the decisions either. And then they railroaded it and stuck Kamala in there instead of giving everybody a chance.
This is a country, they ain't ready for a woman anyway. I mean, because Hillary was as qualified as any woman's ever going to be. Right. And if they didn't want her, they're not going to vote for a woman. No, it's just not happen yet. That's that's Democrats then. You know what? That's on them. So
I think right now, especially the biggest reason it can't be a woman or won't be a woman is, when's the last time we had a president that was under 60?
Yeah, no shit.
Well, I guess Obama was in his
Obama.
50s. Yeah. But outside of that, I mean, these guys, they're at least in their 50s, right?
Yes.
We can't have presidents the same age as the fucking Pope. That's just not right.
Well, there's not going to be, like, one of the biggest things about the president, which it sounds really stupid to say with Trump in there, but like they got to, like, the better looking guy has a leg up. Mm-hmm. Like the guy who looks better on TV has a leg up.
Yeah.
And men tend to age in a more distinguished, like women love the salt and pepper beard and that kind of shit, right? But that doesn't necessarily work as well in reverse.
Right.
So if you almost have to have this, how dumb we are. You almost have to have her be hot. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be hard for someone qualified in their 50s to be hot enough. Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how dumb the collective is.
Chris, I want you to think about this. Look at what the Dow is right now and the GDP and all that for today, and look what's going on. And then next week at this time, when we convene, see where everything's at. See how let's just do a weekly check to see how much different things are next week at this time. You know what I'll tell you what, I got a feeling that there won't be no tariffs by next week. I think he's going to pull them all off because he's going to find out this shit ain't going to fly. So what's he going to do?
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I think that it's going to be too late to unring that bell.
I think he'll just keep doubling down because he's got too big of an ego.
Yeah. Well,
when has he ever admitted that he made a mistake?
No, he doesn't. Well, he'll find somebody else to blame. He'll turn around and say, well, he said I should do this. Or
I fired so-and-so. They advised me to do the tariff, so I fired him.
Right. And I never heard of that dude before.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right.
Next week then, guys. I'm going to be over Billy's house. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be 75 degrees on Tuesday next week, Bill.
Oh,
there's no reason why he can't be at your house.
Is it? How do you know that?
The 10-day forecast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a crock of shit. Nothing's fucking 10 days. They can't predict anything 10 days out.
Shut up. They can too.
It's never correct. Watch when we get to that fucking 10th day. Take a screenshot of that right now. And when we get there, I want to see if it looks the same.
Yep.
I'm just saying, Chris Kubal from Channel 5. Good friend of mine.
Yeah, I know. I saw you sucking his dick on Facebook earlier.
Jeez. That's just not nice.
My guy always gets the weather right. He's never wrong.
Okay.
His Doppler.
Billy, why do you let him talk to me that way?
Billy,
why do you?
His Doppler.
Go get your wrestler down, Billy. It's time for you to get your wrestler down.
I'd take his Doppler.
Yeah.
I'll take the whole Doppler.
Make it go away.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll put you in a hole for 10 days for the forecast. What's your forecast? Suck my Doppler.
Oh, God.
Okay. All right, guys.
My wife wonders why I come upstairs and my face is all red and my blood vessels popping out of my forehead.
You've just been furiously jerking off the whole time you've been down there.
What are you watching down there?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Silence of the
What's
Lambs.
with all the hard breathing?
I found this VR thing of Silence of the Lambs and porn. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. We need to get out of here before we get canceled. So
Peace.
Never. All right. Love you.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Just a mic and a dream. Now we ride this circuit, chasing that scene. Every heckle, every cheer, every silent stare. Made a sharper man's bolder, we ain't going nowhere. Billy and Willie's workshop, welcome inside, where the jokes are sharp and the laughs collide. From the Vegas stage to the I-80 grind, this comedy life